Hey guys, what's up? It's your friendly neighborhood Wigwam here, back with another episode of Hey, look at what a big giant indie game hipster I am. Today's special guest star is a can of PBR wearing a flannel. Ooh, that's a sexy can. Well, I want to give me some of that PBR can. So recently No Man's Sky came out, one of the most overhyped indie games of all time. Like the American political process, it disappointed everyone. We all expected it to be the next great indie title like Limbo or Braid or Super Meat Boy. But in the end, at least we learned a lesson. Pretty video games do not equal good video games. Who am I kidding? We didn't learn anything from this. But it is a huge bummer, so I'm here to the rescue, of course, with 5 great indie games that you can buy right now on Steam. But for the sake of actually making this list useful, I'm going to avoid any of the major indie titles that you probably already know about, anything that's been in the Humble Bundle, anything that I've reviewed on my channel already, no Binding of Isaacs, no nones of that. So in no particular order, here are 5 great indie titles that you should check out right now. You should check out after the video, I mean. Anodyne is essential for the lovers of the top-down Zelda games. Taking a page out of Link's Awakening, Anodyne is a weird, trippy little top-down action RPG. You'll go through a variety of areas, each of which make you say, what the fuck, just a little louder each time. Your weapon of choice is of course a broom, because why not, I guess? Anodyne loves to play on tropes and turn things on their heads. Many of the secrets in this game are hidden in plain sight, forcing you to walk through blocks or bits of environment to get to secret areas. It can seem buggy, but Anodyne embraces it as part of its style. The boss battles are all solid, each dungeon is unique and features a variety of puzzles and enemies to struggle through. You'll come across a great and varied cast of characters in Anodyne, which will help you navigate through the dreamlike world you find yourself in. Anodyne perfectly captures that old top-down Zelda GBA feel, and if that gives you the warm nostalgias on the inside, then you need to go check it out. Assault Android Cactus is a vibrant twin-stick shooter that is best enjoyed with friends. This game is everything that a twin-stick shooter should be. Colorful, fast-paced, challenging, and a total blast to play. There is a huge variety in levels, guns, power-ups, and androids for you and your friends to choose from. The bosses are all immensely challenging and will require coordination and skill to bring down. Prepare to laugh, to yell, to get angry, and to enjoy the hell out of each one as you and your friends struggle through together. Yes, defeat will test the very limits of your friendship, but success will bring you closer together than any 3-day coke bender ever could. The big twist in gameplay here is the battery mechanic, which is like a life bar that's constantly depleting. It forces you to play fast and hard and stay focused on picking up any potential battery life drops. It's an awesome mechanic that totally adds to the chaos of the already awesome twin-stick shooter action. Assault Android Cactus is something you can pick up and enjoy if you're new to the genre or a seasoned veteran. And with a near perfect score on Steam, you can't go wrong. Grab your friends, grab this game, thank me later. Jotun is a beautifully hand-drawn game that went criminally under the radar upon release. Jotun is an action and exploration game that follows the journey of Thora, a warrior who died an inglorious death and now must prove herself to the gods to enter Valhalla so she can hang out with Chris Hemsworth and Tom Hiddleston. A noble goal. Since I'm assuming you have eyes, you can already tell that Jotun is an exceptionally gorgeous game. All of the massive, epic boss battles and the arenas you fight them in have been painstakingly created with love and care and the tiniest attention to detail. The gameplay is just as solid as well. It's punishing as hell, but hey, you wouldn't expect impressing the gods to be easy now, would ya? No. And when you're not fighting the bosses, you'll be scouring the world for upgrades and secrets, which always felt like a total joy. Getting to see every inch and corner of this game is almost half the fun of playing it. If you love games with amazing worlds to explore, or just a sucker for a beautiful game, you have got to check out Jotun. Oh, Lisa. Lisa the Painful RPG is an Earthbound style RPG like nothing you've ever seen before, unless maybe you grew up in a crack house. This game has a beautiful, cynical, and dark sense of humor. Well, technically part of a trilogy, you won't have any trouble jumping into this game without playing the first game, Lisa the First, and you may not miss out too much if you skip the DLC and final installment, Lisa the Joyful, ironically named, of course. Lisa the RPG follows the story of Brad, an alcoholic, pill-popping shadow of a man who one day finds a baby girl abandoned in the middle of nowhere. Normally, a situation to be taken care of by Child Protective Services, but since Brad lives in the post-apocalyptic world with no women and, by basic logic, no children, instead he decides to take her home and raise her in secret, safe from the perverts and murderers that live in the world today. Eventually, the girl he named, you guessed it, Buddy, runs away though. Wait, you guessed Lisa? No, Lisa isn't in this game. It's a misnomer, get over it. So Brad heads out in search of Buddy, fighting his way through a wasteland of sickos and monsters and his own addictions to try and get her back. Along the way, you're going to be faced with many difficult decisions. Lisa is not a nice game. No, Lisa is a game where you'll be forced to choose between losing party members forever or losing limbs. You'll play Russian roulette with other people's lives. You'll be abandoned, you'll be betrayed, you'll be robbed blind. And those are some of the easier and more forgiving parts of the game. When it's not kicking you on the ground and making you swallow your own teeth, you can spend time recruiting a huge cast of party members or finding any number of hilarious Easter eggs. Lisa is truly a game like no other, and if you have the stomach for it, do yourself a favor and take the plunge. Some people have described it as a near criminally deranged Undertale. Like me, just now. At the beginning of this list, I said these were in no particular order, but that was a slight lie. Kinda like saying that there was multiplayer in No Man's Sky. This game, however, is definitely my number 1. Lisa was definitely my number 2. So this is all lies. Elliot's Quest by Anzimub's Games. Elliot's Quest is an action RPG adventure game that is heavily influenced by the Zelda series. In particular, it actually plays like Zelda 2. Oh wait, I hate Zelda 2. It's not even a real Zelda game. Shut up. No one likes Zelda 2. It's like Zelda 2 if Zelda 2 was good. You play as the bow and arrow wielding Elliot on his quest to cure himself of a mystery illness and possibly save his home island from the forces of evil. That bow and arrow that you wield, by the way, make the combat in this game just excellent. It plays perfectly to the side-scrolling platform style of gameplay. All your regular Zelda staples are here, a wide array of vast and unique areas, each climaxing with an epic boss battle. There's heart containers, extra items, secret keys, and more to collect along the way with plenty of mysteries to solve. Oh, and 4 secret boss battles to fight and multiple endings to unlock, and just a metric shit ton of power-ups that you can or cannot collect. It's whatever. If you're a completionist, this game's got over 20 hours of content, making it longer than most of the Zelda handheld games. But it's so much more than just a Zelda clone. Elliot's Quest features RPG elements like leveling up your character by collecting experience and then spending those levels on a personally customizable upgrade tree. There's a unique and deep story that requires you really scour every inch of the world if you truly want to understand what's happening. And of course, just like any great indie game, there's an amazing soundtrack in addition to incredible pixel art. And all of this from a small indie studio with no other major releases under their belt. Elliot's Quest is an immensely fun and deep game, making it an absolute must-play for anyone that is a fan of indie games. You cannot go wrong with Elliot Quest. So there you have it! You have around 50 plus hours of excellent indie gaming that hopefully you had never even heard of before. Let me know down below in the comments if you knew these games already, or if you have other games that I should check out that I might know about. I'm always down for more obscure cool indie games because, again, big freaking indie hipster over here. I'm best friends with a can of PBR, for fuck's sake. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. I do have more games and I was thinking about doing a follow-up list. As always, I love your beautiful faces. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe for more Wigwam content. And if you enjoyed this video, leave it a like because that helps me a lot. It really does. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. You have a beautiful day to match your beautiful face. Bye-bye. Today's coffee mug was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Featuring Regis Philman. Quality time means A, you're familiar with your teen's tattoos. B, you can name all the boy groups. Not boy bands, boy groups. C, everyone at the mall knows you. Or D, you know hip hop doesn't mean hopscotch. The answer is D. That's my final answer.